Hey guys, welcome to the channel Marzu Digital Learning and welcome to the Hindu newspaper analysis in Manipuri ngasi Friday numit July gi tang 18 2022 gi newspaper analyze to bahurasi newspaper analyze to dringai da please agi channel asibu subscribe to biramu and video asibu like to biramu ahan ba topic sidi there has never been a better time for sports in India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi ki statement ni karam kandono mak na ngarang se inaugurate taweba the FIDE 44 class chess Olympiad in Tamil Nadu da handaki 44 suba chess Olympiad che sanaduine FIDE haibadi Federal International de ke saibani sigi FIDE se handaki nifu mari suba chess Olympiad che sanarane ba Tamil Nadu da sigi topic se GS paper 1 silent features of Indian society and games and sports siga mari laineba sida hairi se kaino hana mamangai da there has never been a better time for sport in India aikona independence oibadagina handaki chahi ahum mari se thaduoga ko chahi anihum gi mamang phawboda koi game and sports se sida important yamna piram den hairameba ko but khwaidagi popular oiba games karino aikoi gi India da cricket neba cricket natabida aikoina hoji khangi se games adu yamna khangdi handaki chahi anihum se dadi atopa types of game mayam ma khange and aikoigi India gi national game hockey ni hairi basisu popular phajana oideba cricket sina khwaidagi hena popular oiba sida karigino Olympiad haiji Olympiad habedi kaino an occasion on which the Olympiad games are held Olympiad haibadi Olympic games ki ko chahi manga da sanaidana Olympic game di adugi marakta lehoriba chahi mari se sida sanaba aikogi particular games to atopa country mayam ma pullaga ko adugi Olympiad haina tholeba ko international contents yauba ko in a particular game sport and scientific subject mayam ma da and siging handaki sina kayano nifum mari suba nifum doi suba sina karai mafam da sanai Butami Georgia si kano 2018 da sanakibane ba adugi matung dagi handak 2022 da sanarakpani sports India da kaino khwaidagi popular oiba sports cricket ni chahi anum sidai koina atopa different types of sports mayam ma khange ba ko ado kamaina karigi maram dano India da cricket khatang popular oiriba and participation se sports game and sport yam yaudri bagi maram karigino yenga seba and plus sigi FIDE se karino Federation International des Ecos ni found in kai da putokiba Paris da France July 1924 da mark se develop to kibani headquarter na Lausanne Switzerland da magi headquarter neba games and sports se karigi India da cricket khaktang fazana popular oiriba and atopa game and sport na karigi important pijibana habado yengasi sida mains ki question ne so critically comment on India's government and society attitude towards sport and sport person in your opinion what need to change and why sport in general da koi se sport se kaino ahan bada regular income generation tauba resource oiba aduguma pot abana tebako koina hojik society sida pamnari si kaino regular income generate tauba adugumba job ama pameba but sports tadi adugi risks to lai sport tagi nang paisa tan gani sport tagi nang regular income generate tawgani habado adu laitebako aduna except cricket te to only at national level cricket khakta ne bashida sport tagi paisa tali habase but kaino national level yaudraga di kana deba national level yauraga ne basi mayam si lere the sigi fact se people mayam amana lack of job opportunity ne high employment rates laibani na ikoi society da consider education as utmost importance education china khwaidagi utmost importance ni haina laweba games and sport tagi but this is a positive thing ni education se ikoi important haina lawba su yai but kedawra sina ikoi games and sport neglect tawreba ko sport activities games and sport activities mayam je sida neglect to holeba hence it is easy understandable in light of this fact that we have very few world class sport person aduna ne khoi India da mi khara khakta sports ko sport person world class ki wena lairi with the lack of interest ko society ki interest laitaba society ki interest laitabani na government na su sigi neglect taweba sports sida and merger budget of this sport federation aduna society ne interest laitre government na neglect tawre aduna ikhoi gi budget ta di allocation tawa matamda budget ta gi su sigi pot se neglect tawbirame bako yamna budget ta gi su kai deba abysmal sport infrastructure hostel facilities of SAI training camps etc sin in AC mayam se sports da pigadaba pot mayam se sigi facility mayam se laiteba sport person amada. Efforts aimed at psychological and mental well-being for sport person, which are importantly hardly ever come for consideration. And psychologically, mentally well-being sport person amagi magi psychological, mental, physical well-being tawgadabado adugumba encourage tawnaba mishu yamna laiteba ko. Society da ayambana regular income oiba thabak pambanina sigumba mayam se sports gaming sport di thawai yawdabanina ayambana encourage tawbideba. Magi problem si kaino sport federation are not covered under definition of state. Sport federation je state ta laiteba gi union gi neba. This has been keep them away from the public scrutiny, transparency and accountability laite. Unlike in other countries where sport federation are multi stakeholder or country atopatadi and India dadi kaino under the state control da layaba. This has resulted in the regulated approach rather than creative and innovation. Sina kaidawri akoi regulated approach oiba regulated tauba but creative laite innovative laite sports ki matang da lek infrastructure gi lek ama oire sagi demotivate tawre infrastructure lab orabanina equipment laitrabanina magi games and sports sanari by sport person do demotivate oire. Most player are more background do ayamana poor background dagi lakpanina adugumba equipment mayam do sports ki masana effort to bangam deba. Lack of moral and emotional support, moral support yam laite ba ngasagi income generate tawdabanina player are usually away from their parents tagi lamna laiba aduna moral support ama magi coach tagi phangdaba aduguma mayam masul environment of jealousy gi environment laiba competitors marakta lack of respect for player gi respect laitaba ko player da respect pi daba ko competitive career span is often considered risky as well as discouraged by the society dagi discourage yam laiba ko players sina kariguma makse mingzat khragadi chatkre phaugragadi encourage tawi phahaudragana taunt kumba tauba simayam stawe. And girls from rural background dagi lakpa girls mayam je nupi mayam sina kaidawre mapanda thorakpa matamda adugi conservative background ama laibanina sports da mana seliba sports ki wearing tawriba mayam do adu mayam de effort tawba ngamdeba. adu mayam do mana conservative society dagi lakpanina society du na accept tawba ngamdeba adugi akiba masu laire. And female gi coach sulaitaba. The governing boards are captured by politicians and bureaucrats who have little interest and knowledge for requirement and problems. Governing bodies mayam da sukaidar governing boards na su politician capture tauba aduna interest yam laitaba. asai maramdi politician capture tawi habade ayambana magi sports ki phamayam ma paiga dabado politician gi influence ta laaga paibako sports ta yam haiba mina sports ki maramdi yam khangba mina pairaba taragadi sports gi magun no khangadabneba. Recently, due to the harassment of the coach na harass tawbagi damakta Kerala gi nupi ama handa khani mamang da sikheba dugumba problem mayam ma du thokpadagi nupi gi participation suli. The following changes can become a welcome respite to the player in India. Sigi makha da leba changes mayam se si tawba taragadi ekoi gi sports ta welcome mayam ma tawba yagane ba ekoi sports ta. Periodic monitoring of the sport hostels by the district administration da sinaba ko periodic monitoring of the sports ki hostels mayam ma piribasi mayam se. Women warden for female hostel, counselors and psychological experts should be available for players women warden thamba female gi hostel da and counselor and psychological experts mayamama player gi damakta thambiba. And tolerance and sport persons should encourage among players sing marakta hatred sandohandaba jealousy sandohandaba should not be a part of the conduct. Coach should be empathic and motivating all the times. Coach na ko every time motivate tawgadaba ekoi sports person singbu. Private sector na su kaidore sigi infrastructure develop tawa matamda coach ekoi sports person amagi and sports ki infrastructure develop tawa matamda and if sport person do da mana haiba taragadi talented oiba taragadi scholarship kumba pibiraga support tawba si mayam se changeba. Media also promote other sport apart from cricket. Media na cricket natabida ko cricket se media na promote me am tawi ko cricket se na paisa yam tan bani na sitanatana atopa sanaba ko sports me am malai riba si me am chu media na promote tawiba. Commercialization should not be the sole objective of the promoting games. Ayam commercialization tawdaba ko sports da. Talent hunting show for various sport can be organized by the both public and private sector da talent hunting show mayam ama tawbiba. Gyan tarni ko next topic tawrasi. Next sina Pakistan pull out of event. Sigi handaki event ama tawdori se FIDE 44 chess Olympics da Pakistan na kay dore Pakistan gi Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Islamabad announced that the Pakistani team would not participate in the chess Olympics. Ta Pakistani gi team se participate tawru hai na haire ba ko a war of words broke out between India and the Pakistan. War of words hai tare ko sigi words se yauru hai na haire ba ko sigi article si the important budi oidre ko ma aikoi gi handa India da pangthok ka doriba Tamil Nadu da pangthok doriba 44 chess se yauroi haibane ba. Gyan tarni ko next topic tawrasi. Next topic sina is environment performance index really faulty. Environment performance index se really ta sengnamak fault oibra hangbane ba. Handak 2022 gi ko environmental performance index se thorakre. Environmental performance index de India gi rank se 180 khwaidigi aroi ba rank tale ba 180 rank last 180 with low score. And this is India da kadar India government na sigi pot se experts na pointed tawrameba faulty methodology of the index sema mayam se sina ko faulty methodology sigi poche lali han hairameba ko fault oire han hairameba kai maram gino n plus sigi environmental performance index sida karino habadu yengasi. Environmental Performance Index chess paper 2 environmental pollution and degradation conservation siga mari lainai news ta laibagi maram di kaino 2022 gi environmental performance index to India na khwaidagi bottom da laire 180 da ko. What is the environmental performance index? Environment performance index id kai habano environment performance index in international ranking to international ranking system ni that measures environmental health and sustainability of countries ki sustainable karino and environmental health se karino adu habado adu singdo measure taweba. EPI a biennial index sikaram kanda haugibano 2002 da haukibani. Environmental sustainability index by the World Economic Forum in collaboration with the Yale Center of Environmental Law and Policy. Kanaga Yale Center for Environment Law and Policy siga pulna amana World Economic Forum ga collaborate tawraga same gibane ba and amana Columbia University Center for International Art Science Information Network si ahum se collaborate tawraga sin giba pone magi framework sinam the 2022 environmental performance index leverage 40 performance index ko 40 performance index ta yengi indicator se magi 40 ni plus magi group sina indicator sigi group sina kaino 11 issues category sina taramatoi suna khaido eba aduga sigi category sida objective ahumni environmental health ama yengani ecosystem vitality ama yengani and amana climate change si ahum sida focus taweba magi is category and indicators kuding makse. This indicator provide a gauge at the national scales of how close countries are establishing environmental policy target. Environmental policy target aikugi environmental policy gi sustainable development goal gumada environment ki maramda 2030 fawbada achieve tawna ba hai ki ba adu mayam do target to achieve tawraba tawdribra adu mayam yengbagi damaktaneba. The environmental performance index team transform the raw environmental data into indicators that place countries on the 0 to 100 scale from the worst to the best performance. Worst tagina best performance ta yengi. What are the key highlights sing du yengasi ko environment ranking gi. Denmark tops the 2022 ranking. Denmark na 2022 ranking gi top oire and adugi matung the second na United Kingdom and third na Finland. Smaina magi top ranking si laiba. United States 20 out of 22 wealthy democracies ki manung da United Nation ko United States na 20 oireba kunshuba rank ta. amana in the global west 43rd overall with a paltry score of 18.9. India 180 rank come after India gi rank sina kaina 180 kana kana gi makha da Pakistan, Bangladesh, Vietnam and Myanmar gi su makha da khwai di aroi beda oigereba. India has scored low on rule of law. Karam bano magi score low is rule of law, control of corruption, government effectiveness according to environmental performance index gi matungina India gi score low ireba khwaidigi low ireba mafam si kaino India gi rule of law kamaina India gi sasan tawbano, control of corruption kamaina India gi handle tawi, government effectiveness government gi magi policing do kayam effective oibano adu mayam du deneba. India was ranked 168 in EPI 2022 da 168 neba hojingna 180 and EPI 2020 da Denmark si su sum magi top rank telai and hojik su Denmark sina amu top rank telaiba. Significance of environmental performance index ki significance karino EPI enable decision maker to recognize the drivers of top tier performance, analyze the EPI data demonstrated financial resources, good governance. EPI sina kari tai country amagi financial resources, good governance, human development, regulatory quality matter for elevating a country's sustainability. Country gi sustainable development kamaina tawri habado adugi mayam du ulleba environmental performance index ina highlight this connection. The EPIs help to promote sustainable development, promote the EPI sina and more environmentally secure and equitable future ama purakna bagi damakta. Performance of India EPI 2022 haigadamni 2000 India rank and score. EPI rank te India se khwaidagi batam da laire 180 da magi score na 18.9 neba. India has fallen from kaidagi 168 tigina 180 da tarak paneba. Pakistan, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Myanmar poorest performance dagi hena poorest oiba India oire habani handaki matangda India rank close to bottom on the number of indicator including karamba indicator no India na khwaidigi hena makha tare se ecosystem validity, biodiversity, habitat index, species protection index, wetland laws, air quality simayam se and PM 2.5 174 magi rank telai. Heavy metals such as lead in water ising the lead ki yaubagi magi quantity hengatpa, watch management phajana watch production se management tau the manage tau dawa, climate policy including projected greenhouse gas emissions to 171 kano the list telai. India has now scored low on the rule of law, control of corruption, government effectiveness. Government gis the simayam sidi laire ekhoi list ta kari yaubano environmental performance index ta kari yaubano kari objective no and housingna ekhoi gi government na kari hairi government gi kari objection no ba government na sigi potse unfounded assumption ni haiba ko gi phajana thijan humjalaga purakpa data nate unfounded assumption tawbani haiba. Issues rise by India na kari issues rise oirami sigi performance sigi matungda some of these indicator used for assessing performance are extrapolated and based on summarizes and unscientific method and say summarizes haiba de koina sigi poche chummi haina di haiba aduga mangonda evidence laitaba proof laitaba unscientific method oiba indicators ni haiba neba seasonary indicators singse baseline data do seasonaram deba. Also, there has been no explanation for the weightage assigned to certain indicators singi magi priority do amta piram de indicators mayamama hairam deba. India na improve toriba indicators mayamama sigi handaki sida yawram deba ko karamba indicator no India score actually improved from 32 in 2020 to 100, the top score in 2020, but weightage of this indicator has been reduced. Indicator se mana equity environmental performance index the indicator se top oiba indicator si su India ge indicator se reduce oiraga hapa eba ko magi low ranking do carbon growth ki matang dani hoji harise. The government has objected the calculation do ऑब्जेक्ट तौरई ग्रीन हाउस गैस की मरमदी इंडिया द नेट जेरो गोल से 2070 की टारगेट ने बट कंट्री मयाम 2050 की टारगेट ने डेवलप कंट्री मयाम 2050 की टारगेट थम्बनी डेवलप कंट्री का डेवलपिंग कंट्री का कंपेयर तौब यादेब कंपेयर तौरगा ग्रीन हाउस गैस की प्रोजेक्शन से 2050 दा मागी टारगेट तौबदुगा 2070 दा टारगेट तौबसिगा मानहनबा यादे हाबनेबा असिगी पोचेसु इसिगी इंडेक्स सोइरे क्रूशियल कार्बन सिंक देन मिटिगेट अमना ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस की सिगी पोचेसु कईदौरे अतोप कंट्री का डेवलपिंग कंट्री का मानरोब डेवलप कंट्री दी ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस से इमिशन तौदनबगी दामक्ता मागी रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी मैम सिजनख्रे रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी से कोस्ट होएबा यामना अदुना इंडिया दी कईदौरे ग्रीन हाउस एनर्जी से सिजनखिनेबा को ग्रीन हाउस गैस से इमिशन तौखिनेबा मरमदी इंडिया दा हुजि सिजनरिबा फॉयल से अमुक्तंग दा अखोइना पुन्ना फॉयल कईका कोल लैरिबा नत्रा सि मयाम से अमुक्तंग पुनः थिंग यादब पोनेब अदुना सिगी पोजेस ग्रीन हाउस गैस की सिगी मतंगदसु मान हाबइब इंडेक्स से सि यादे हाबनेब नो इंडिकेटर टॉक अबाउट रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी द एनर्जी इफिशिएंसी एंड प्रोसेस ऑप्टिमाइजेशन एनर्जी इंडिकेटर अमतना काइनो रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी की मतंगदा एनर्जी इफिशिएंसी की मतंगदा हाइरमदेब द इंडेक्स एम्फसिस द एक्सटेंट टू प्रोटेक्ट एरिया रेदर देन द क्वालिटी ऑफ प्रोटेक्शन दे अफोर्ड द computation of biodiversity indices does not factor in management effectiveness evolution the protected area. The index computed the extent of ecosystem but not their condition of productivity. Sigi index sina hai risi kaino magi ecosystem do ado hairameba haidi chaurapna nangi sida kayano haina but magi manung da lairiba poto phajana magi condition do kaino productivity tuna kaino adu mayam do hairam deba ko and magi biodiversity health soil health food loss and waste si mayam se indicator do da yauram deba views of environmental and scientists on report scientists ki report karino environmental scientists singi report karino hojiki kaino sida report sida magi views sing do karino hangmaneba. The weightage are the agency discretion but giving climate change such a high weightage is problematic. Climate change sida ekoi priority and pisan base problematic oigane ba maramdi country mayam ama magi net zero se 2050 da thammeba and country mayam ama na magi net zero se developing country and poor country na 70 adwai da thammeba aduna climate change sida direct pi bado yaroi habane ba important do greenhouse gas emission se continue tawkhibani poor country dadi ko developed country dadi aduga compare to baya di hare and environmental performance index 2022 say neither ethically correct chum di habani and nor reflect the political reality do phajana ulakteba simayam si leire and way ahead tai koina kari to baya ngasagi sigi mayam se ignore to government na Aziki hairiba magi lalien hairiba pot mayam se ignore tok thok se haipane ba han mada maram di kai gino 2020 da su magi rank se 168 ne bayam afaba rank na te ba 150 gi manung da top 50 gi top 150 gi manung da phawba chan mangam de aduna fault ni haina aikoina sagalaga leibe saruk pudi kaino aikogi tawgudaba ithau hai tare ko environment se kamaina kangani haibo adugi strategy sing do adu oina follow to siana hairam meba ko regardless of the issues with the EPIs India does not severe local environmental issues which have been highlighted in the report and need to be addressed. It is vital to focus on sustainable development pathway the focus to see and that India need to immediate adapt aduga sagi yetna raga laibe saruk ta India na immediately adapt to darkar type hojiki report to gi matung inadi gyan darni ko next topic ta rasi next topic sin after the referendum the challenges of the power grab in Tunisia da kaidore new constitution and what are its prominent features new constitution adapt tawre aduga magi features kari no kari gi damakte new constitution adapt tawbano Tunisia se kai dano hana map te yangamasi Tunisia idalere Tunisia se Arab country ni in the North Africa region da ne Arab country ni ma se Mediterranean sea gi south and west Tunisia se locate taweba ko article da muk chatlasi sida yengasi Tunisia gi president na kanano president se Kais Saied haibani Kais Saied se magna neba who suspended the elected parliament se suspend tawkre and awarded more powers to himself mangonda power memam pisan mamasana ko maksi president ni and sigi constitution se adapt tawnaba hotnayeba mana karigi maramdano mase power heni yamna pamba gineba ko 94.6% of the voter na ka new constitution se yare and 30% na yadeba ko sida opposition na hairam misina karino side na pamise kaino hojiki presidency na pamise kaino grab a coup had boycotted the vote while Mr. Sayed had welcomed the result. Madi result to welcome tawi maramdi mi ayambana yarabani na neba. Do sigi what happened to the Arab Spring ko Arab Spring gi matung da 2014 da anauba constitution nama same ke ba Tunisia sida si anauba constitution nama laire hojikna 2020 duta la aga amung constitution anauba ma amendment tawgani haise siki maram mayam si anga si Arab Spring sina karino haibado sum explain tawrage basida 2011 gi matam swai sida people mayam man 2011 da kari pali 2011 da Tunisia da dictatorship paleba aduna sigi matam sida people mayam mana Tunisian people mayam mana organize tawre kari uprising against the government gi against da aduna rebellion tawre adugi matung da Arab sigi rebellion duni koina Arab Spring hari do ko rebellion do Arab Spring kaweba sigi matam sida Tunisia da poverty adu yamna extreme poverty da hunger corruption oppression simayam sileba due to dictatorial rule in the country da dictatorial rule oibagineba rebellion do aduna kaidore where strong it reaches Arab countries da yaure matung da surpassing the North African countries se pass tawra Arab countries yaure aduna rebellion du da Arab yarok padu da kaino Arab Spring haina kaubaneba aduna dictatorship to ended oikreba adugi matung da Arab Spring se la matung da dictatorship se ended oigareba Tunisia da this revolution's impact was so profound that it ended 23 years palameba 23 years mamangi president to aduna palameba Jin al-Abidin haisna Jin al-Abidin hairiba maksina 23 years president oina palami during dictatorship oringe matamsida aduna dictatorship se loigre Arab Spring lakpadagi aduga magi 23 years palamba se ended oikreba adugi matungda chahi 13 muk leira matungda Arab Spring se Tunisia da leire and there are lot of changes in the past 11 years sigi manung sida handaki chahi 13 sida changes mayam ama laeba Arab Spring sigi matung da Tunisia da magi khwaidagi changes laiba poche kaino democracy neba democracy da change lai kamaina biggest changes was that democracy was established in Tunisia adugi matung da democracy established tawre Tunisia da Tunisian mayamna successfully holding free and fair election ko democracy oragadi free and fair election tawrani and general election in 2011 da su general election ama taweba adugi matungda election dugi matungda Tunisian people singna anauba constitution nama adapt tawba pamameba anauba constitution da 2014 da anauba constitution nama adapt tawe aduga ahanba first parliamentary election do Tunisia da 2014 da first parliamentary election do tawe 2014 da and see 2014 sigi matungda chahi nipan muk leiraga 8 years after sigi democratic parliamentary election sigi matungda amuk constitution si adapt tora matungda Tunisia again amuk hojikai dawra news ta live segi maram se constitution gi maram da gineba magi constitution se sigi maram da gineba recently the president of Tunisia Kais Saied hojik president wari sikanano Kais Saied neba presented the draft of the new constitution ano bagi draft ama mana present tawrei sigi draft sida hairiba ko referendum is going to be held in Tunisia to 25 July the referendum loigare ko magi referendum sida sagi 94% na yarami and 30% adumaina mina yaramde haina hairameba ngasagi article yaubado draft to handak 2022 sida pass tawgani hena hairameba ko so protest to bahore ngasai gi draft to ubadagi protest to bahore people mayam na protest to ribagi maram sina karigino draft ke against magi reason mayam ma leba reason se Tunisian people na ahan ba magi reason khwaidagi achoba se kaino fear that anoba constitution sina 2011 da yam wana Arab Spring tawkhibani adugi matung da moi se yam wana democracy se phangbane ba adugi poto democracy se eliminate tawkhikadra eliminate of parliamentary system ni hojik lai rise parliamentary system lorga presidency system da lakadra haibagi adugumba akiba ma laire in the country and will once again pave way of the dictator rule the dictator gi rule da amuk chatkigadra haibado dictator gi rule da amuk chatkigadra haibagi adugumba fear and laire and adugi matungda sigi kariguma pass to bataraga new draft sina constitution gi new draft sina pass to bataraga di ahan bada president gi election se 2000 da president election se 2022 December da tawgane ba ahan ba election se if it is pass to bataraga di aduga election tawrani aduga president gi magi power se mam hengat khrene get unlimited powers get authority over government and parliament gi su kanana hena chawgrani president na hena chawgrani authority kuding ma government gi authority parliament gi authority kuding ma president na chat khrene ba aduna Tunisia government di kaino Tunisia government na answerable or any Canada president and no to the parliament government the president or bise Canada no parliament answerable or bise kana kakta no parliament ne ba but karigo masigi draft sina pass taw kiba taragadi answerable to president or aneba not parliament answerable or answerable to president not to parliament na parliament or reva president and sitanatana president will have full powers lani for kari law mayam ma introduce tawbagi for example draft laws proposing treaties mayam ma propose tawbagi drafting budget draft tawba appointing or dismissing minister appoint tawba ko minister mayam ma mana khani mamang da su dismiss tawkeba adumaina dismiss tawbagi and appointing judge mayam ma appoint tawba and judge mayam ma dismiss tawba adusu magi power da la aneba and sitanatna right to dissolve the parliament dissolve tawbagi right la ani and right to dissolve parliament and will head of the armed forces ki head su oiraneba and will be able to serve 2 terms sitanatna 2 terms ko chahi manga gi term se anirak mana serve to ya gani and he feel karigumba sigi matam sida mana country da magi term matam sida chahi manga haire ko do chahi tara tare ko anirak mana term se tenor se magi puba yaragadi serve to yaragadi adumana sida chahi tara se suraba matung da su kariguma countries da threaten amalai haiba taragadi adugi potomana tenor do sangdohan ba yaba adugumba power amasulaiba sum punchi chupa paning bagi mawong neba This constitutional amendment will establish a presidential system established Taurani in Tunisia, which will reverse Hana ye parliamentary system do reverse Taurani Tunisia da Hana lairamba parliamentary system do rebellion ko 2011 gi rebellion matung da lairamba parliamentary system do adu loisan greneba da aduga draft constitution will not establish sigi draft constitution chida कोई स्टेट रिलीजन से हाना दी कहीं इस्लाम ले रमी स्टेट रिलीजन से इस्लाम ओइरे बट नेशनल रिलीजन दी कहीं नेशन नमो ओइना मागी नेशनल रिलीजन से दी इस्लाम ओइगेनी बट स्टेट के रिलीजन दी इस्लाम ओइरे बट अर्लियर दी मागी रिलीजन से इस्लाम ओइरमी एंड ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज सिना Arabic oirame ba adumaina state religion se hojik Islam oiro national gi di nation am oina Islamic oirakane ba Islamic hen yambanina aduna if constitution china pass tau ki bataraba Tunisia gi people the Tunisian people sing da kari effect oirakane effect oirakane ha badu yengasi Tunisian protest tawriko against the several reason me amalai Tunisia singna sigi draft constitution chida rebel tawriba ko मागी against the protest तौरीबा मयाम से मागी ख्वाइदगी अचौबा रीजन अमा हाई तारगदी president na handak kharani ge chahi ama anisigi few years sida decision mayam ama lawkhiba si mayam sinane ba he is trying to strengthen his power ahan bada mage power do strengthen tawba pameba president na adugi power do strengthen tawna ba haina mana state mayam ama high kheba ko from the last year dagi he took several decision to consolidate his former power yam khana ba several decision mayam lawki in July 2021 da 2021 da magna dismiss mayam ama taiba kana people mayam ama government da ko parliament dissolve tauba dismiss tauba ko several peoples in the government and sitanatana constitution chu hana 2014 da same kiba constitution do adu shu abolish tawiba 2014 ki constitution do shu mana he dismissed more than 50 judges he na magna dismiss tawi as part of an anti corruption drive ni hairaga dismiss tawiba 50 judges to gi magi accused na kaino 50 judges ki corruption ni na haire amana terrorist ka mari leine bagini haina hairame ba aduga loinamak sumangna dismiss tawrame ba he also dissolved Supreme Judicial Council mana dissolved tawi and dealing with the independence of judges ki damakta ko judge ki independence ki damakta lairiba adugumba Supreme Judicial Council do adu sumana dissolve tawthoeba ko in order to establish anoba provisional judicial council ama form tawnaba hairammi mana yaba mi khakta ko judicial organization do ma country gi mana control tawnaba ko judicial power do man control tawnaba gi damakta form tawhalame ko he had issued an order issue tawrammi kaigino to confer himself with additional powers ate chumangonda pamba gi damakta ne so Tunisian singna kirido aduneba Tunisian singna they had an autocratic rule ama lakadra Tunisia da they don't want aduga hauzik phawbada Tunisian singna mana warakhiba mayam do chara helakhiba mayam ko warakhiba mayam Arab Spring lakhiba mayam do adugi lakhiba mayam do karigi damakta no hana autocrat rule palinge gi dictator palinge gi matam daneba adugi poto amukhana face tawning deba such a rule through Arab Spring after facing various hardship mayam do lakhiba mayam do adu sing do amukhana face tawning deba kanana Tunisian people singna gyan tarni ko matang asidagi video asilo senjarage video asina mayam da kana ba khajik tang pirabadi video asibu support to bone like subscribe and share to view thank you